Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn GCP with Mahesh. In our today's video in Think and Design in GCP video series, the question is something like this. Just couple of videos back we had explored about cloud VPN with static routing and dynamic routing. I thought let me create a question based on that so that it will be really helpful for you to think. So the question is something like this. Your organization is using cloud VPN with dynamic routing enabled. So currently your organization is present in Mumbai. It is primarily the on-premise data center, and the organization is also having a presence in US Central. This is in GCP. All the virtual machines are reachable via internal IP address RFC 1918 IP 1918 address space. So things are all working fine so far so good. Now because the organization is working is doing really good, they want to have a presence in Singapore. So this is not a physical data center but via cloud. That's what they wanted to do. And you as a cloud architect recently figured out that once you heard this news they want to expand in Singapore, you have been assigned the task, and what you figured out is whenever you create any virtual machines in Singapore, they are not able to reach, or they are not reachable, or when you ping it from the on-premise Mumbai location, or from Singapore, if you create any virtual machines, you are not able to connect to the on-premise machines which is in Mumbai. That is the problem which you are currently facing. How do you fix it? So if you want to think about it, pause the video and let me know what is a good solution which you have. So put that solution in the comment section. And as usual, I have a solution which is not one of the best solutions, but a possibly a good solution. Let me show you that thing. Before I jump into the actual stuff, if the question is not clear, I just wanted to make it bit clear. I guess we have seen this diagram. So what I am trying to convey here is use this project 1 as your on-premise Mumbai data center and use project 2 as your US stuff. US stuff and the Singapore. So this project 2 may have VPC US Central and VPC Singapore also. Any virtual machine in VPC US Central is able to connect and ping the on-premise Mumbai machines, but any virtual machines in Singapore, they are not able to connect, or they are not able to ping the machines in Mumbai. That is the problem statement. You need to figure out what is the solution for it. To give more in a pictorial manner the explanation of the question itself, what is something currently happening is something very similar. uh, Treat US West as your US Central, and US Central as your Singapore region. And when you are trying to do, and this is your Mumbai data center on premise, what you are able to do, what you are not able to do is not connect to your Mumbai on premise data center via cloud VPN. This is the problem. The problem why this is happening is maybe you have turned on, if you just go to your VPC, the reason maybe it's primarily because you have turned on the dynamic routing mode. It's only regional specific, meaning anything from US West you are able to do. In our case, it is US Central. You are able to connect it. But if it's apart from US Central, any other region, they are not able to communicate via the cloud VPN. The solution for that is very, very simple. If you go for dynamic, sorry, if you go with global routing, definitely you should be able to resolve this issue. So this is the thing, the pictorial explanation of what I'm going to do in the next few minutes. So now coming back to the demo, so my solution is just change this regional to global. Should resolve the problem. But before I resolve the problem, I wanted to show you the actual problem which you have. So let's for maybe for next few minutes, let's leave the dynamic routing mode as regional itself. I just wanted to show you the problem what you are facing. Say for example, in our previous video on dynamic routing, I had shown the moment you add any sub networks in the same region, like we had in the initially US subnet US Central, and it was there. The moment I added this second one, it immediately added a, a new route. That's what we saw. And if you wanted to try it once again, we'll try to add one more subnetwork. So this is the third subnetwork in the same region. So US Central only. Let me click on add, and you see the notification window. It is showing that the subnetwork is getting added in project 2. Let's wait for it. The moment it is added, and when we go back to, okay, it looks like it is added. Let me just refresh it. So once it is successfully added, what you can do is you can simply come to this screen and do a refresh in your project 1. In this case, this is our on-premise stuff. So if you refresh it, it should show a new entry added. So it's all because of Cloud Router plus BGP in action. But this is so far so good. But to see what happens if you add a new network, a new subnetwork, if we add it in Singapore, what is the problem you will face? We'll try to see that. So let me try to add a new subnetwork. Alright, this is a new subnetwork which you are going to add. So subnetwork Singapore, this is the CIDR range, and I have to select the region as Asia Southeast 1. So click on add, and let's wait for the notification window to show that the subnetwork is getting added. Once it is added, as usual, we'll come back to the screen and see whether the CIDR range is added or not. So we can verify that once the subnetwork is added. So if I just come here, refresh the screen, the subnetwork is added, subnet Singapore. And if you come to this screen and do a refresh, what you will see for your this thing is it is not added. You can do a refresh, you can do a hard refresh, you can do all sorts of things, but what you will not see is that CIDR range which we just added, 172.16.4.0/24, that will not be made available. So that will not be advertised. The reason is the VPC is having a regional dynamic. What it is having is it is having regional option. When it comes to the dynamic routing mode, it's regional. That is a whole problem. If you don't still see what is really happening, to make it very very clear, what we can do is we can create a virtual machine which connects to, or which is in Singapore, and let's try to ping the on-premise instance which is the Mumbai machine. Let's try to do that. Alright, this is the virtual machine name, so VM hyphen project 2 SG for Singapore, and the region I have selected as Singapore. Any zone is fine inside Singapore, and the VPC is VPC US Central, and the subnetwork which I'm going to select is the one which we added just now. So click create. Already the virtual machine has been created. What we'll do is let me SSH into this, and as usual we'll try to ping the internal IP address of the Mumbai machine. In our case, it is our on-premise instance. So let's try to see whether the ping works. As per my understanding, it should not work. The reason is there's no route created. So that is the reason it should not work, but let's verify it whether it's working or not. Alright, so I have SSH into this machine VM project 2-SG, and I have copied the Mumbai's IP address, virtual machine's IP address, which is in Mumbai. And if I hit enter, and you should see it's not going to work. The reason is the route is not there. The solution, this is the problem statement. So to explain the problem statement itself, it took me a good amount of time because it was slightly complicated. Now we have understood the problem, and the solution is very 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 easy. So let me show you that solution with back-to-back screen. Alright, the solution which I mentioned based on that architecture here. So based on this, the solution is if you make if you make this dynamic routing mode from regional into global, you should be able to do it. So why it is regional is by default when you are creating any VPC, the dynamic routing mode would be regional. But in our case, a global routing mode would be better. So that's the reason we are going to edit this VPC and simple change. So this is very easy option. Change it to global and make it save. The moment you save it, once the changes are finished, you should see on your left hand side the ping should start working. Alright, the ping started working, so that's the beauty. We just made it to global and the thing started working. And to double check what really happened with respect to the route, just go to the route and you should be able to see that the new one, which is our Singapore one, is added. And a quick thing which I've observed is the priority is slightly lower. So that's what I see. So the solution to this problem is changing the VPC mode from regional dynamic routing mode, which was currently set to regional, changing it to global would resolve this issue. So that's the video which I wanted to share today. Hope the video is helpful. Thank you for watching.